Yes, let's start off with trade here. I think he's already set his stall out, hasn't he, Donald Trump?
Yes, I think trade is the big problem, and Japan is certainly showing hesitancy towards any type of bilateral trade deal, feeling that that will just lead to pressure for concessions to the United States. And Donald Trump's comments in Tokyo this morning will add to those worries, I think.
Well, let's also just take a look at trade itself. We had a guest on earlier from Keio University. He was saying, sure, if you just look at trade in goods, that's one thing, but if you expand it to services where the US has a surplus, indeed, also if you look at FDI here as well, well, it paints an entirely different story, does it not?
Certainly, particularly, as he said, with services, and also if the United States were to do some things like make it easier to export energy to Japan, that would quickly reduce the deficit even on the visible goods side. So I think the problems with the US-Japan trade, a lot of them are on the US side, something I don't think President Trump will be focusing on.
Malcolm, we're just going to leave things as we get over now to Tokyo. We got this this news conference just starting off there. Just the opening remarks are coming from Donald Trump, and no doubt he's just probably waxing lyrical about the closeness of their relationship. Here we go. In fact, we have just lost that. But anyway, let's carry on with our conversation with Malcolm Cook. So it's not just, of course, trade. Let's just go through the basics here, because it's going to be North Korea too.
Yeah, and Prime Minister Abe just had a snap election, successful for him in Japan, quoting the North Korean crisis as one of the reasons to go to the polls early. So Japan has long wanted U.S. administrations, from the Bush administration on, to take a harder line on North Korea, and that's something where the Trump administration is living up to Japanese expectations. So trade's a problem for the two, but North Korea is an area they can talk a lot about and talk in a very similar language, I think.